Hello fellow OTs, it's your girl Nancy. So I wanted to make this video really quick and talk about my first 2 weeks as a travel therapist. So a new grad travel therapist. So I graduated school back in May 2016. So I'm a very new OTR. And a lot of people ask me if I'm COTA or OTR. I do have my master's in OT, so I am OTR/L. So just to clarify that. So I wanted to tell you guys just how it's been so far. My experiences as a traveler OT, and I'm making this video now, and then I'll make another one after my 13 weeks is over, so that I can kind of have an update to see if I still feel the same way or if something changed or X, Y, and Z. So far it's been 2 weeks. I just finished my 2 weeks, so I have 11 more weeks left and this contract will be over. What I have learned so far, or what advice I have so far to give other travelers or other new grads who want to go on this travel journey. You definitely have to be mentally strong, like literally. You have to be someone who can stand on your own 2 feet and be able to fight for yourself and advocate for yourself. You have to be confident. Absolutely. If you are not confident, you cannot go into travel OT as a new grad. You have to be able to get over yourself, because not everything is going to work how you want it to work or how it's going to work in your head. And you just have to be ready to embrace like all the positive things as well as all the negative things, and see what you can do to change that moving forward. You have to be nice and try to be as welcoming as you can to everybody, especially your aides, especially the CNAs and the nurses and whoever that you're working with, your patients. So yeah, you have to be willing to learn and learn fast. I don't think there's a problem with not knowing something. I think the problem becomes when you don't know and you don't ask. And also not being able to take back feedback, be accepting to feedback, good and bad. And when you do accept when you do get back bad feedback, just take the whatever steps that need to be taken in order to correct those, whatever the bad thing was. You have to be a really good team player. You have to be able to be a good leader for your assistants and a good leader just in general, and a good team player. Like, you have to be able to work with other professionals, other PTs and OTs, managers and social workers, patients, nurses, CNAs, and all that in between and above and below that. So you have to be just a good team player all around. And you have to be able to learn on your own. So the first time when I got there, the first day, I was basically given my caseload for the day and I was asked to go treat. Okay? I didn't get the chance to have a proper orientation or what I'm used to when I start a new job. They kind of just put me in there and I just went with it. Now, I'm the type of person that I'm good with that. You know, I'm good with learning on my own. I've always done it. I'm used to that. But if you are someone who needs someone to literally hold your hands and show you how to do every single thing, travel may not be something that you want to get into, especially as a new grad. And I was like, the first day when I got home, I was like, I wasn't stressed, and it was kind of weird to me. Like, I was very comfortable and I didn't know everything, but I just learned really, really, really fast. And I'm still learning, trust me. It's going to take a while for me to be absolutely certain about every single thing. And so that was my experience the first day. I didn't get an orientation. I still didn't get one. The only orientation that I got was introduction to people that work there. And that was about it. I had to, and I have to learn where charts are by myself. I have to learn where the kitchen is. I have to do all that orientation, so to speak, on my own. And yes, normally companies are not paying you a travel therapist pay to give you like a whole week of orientation. If you are lucky, you may get 1 day of orientation, but that didn't even happen for me, and I was fine. So I think it really depends on that person and how prepared and ready you are to just jump into it. You have to do a lot of research before you start. So before I started, I did a lot of research on just skilled nursing facilities in general. I did a lot of research on like billing and coding and like the different just little things, productivity levels, and different things that I felt like I need to know before I start work. I researched like the documentation software that they have, and I looked at, I reviewed it, because I did have the same software when I was doing my field work level 2. I did my fieldwork level 2 at a skilled nursing, and that's part of the reason why I decided to start my first travel job in a skilled nursing facility, because that's something that I'm familiar with, and I was also familiar with the software, the documentation software. So that I was good to begin with. And also when we kind of stay away from the job aspect, that's also the part where you have to make sure that you have some kind of money in order to start travel therapy. So when I started, I had to use my own money to get my place that I live at now. I had to use my own money to get my license and all that stuff, my own money to travel and everything that I needed when I got there. So if you don't have money to begin travel therapy with, then you are not going to be able to do it, because you need money to start. There are certain things, it depends on where you work. Certain people, I feel like I should make another video, because this can be a very extensive list of information. Like I can talk about contracts, I can talk about the travel thing, I can talk about a lot of different things. But depending on where you work and the company you work for and the contract and everything else like that, it will be different for you. You know what I'm saying? So for me, everything was kind of like a reimbursement thing. Like you can travel, but you will be reimbursed for the mileage. So you may have to borrow money to start. So the pay, I know a lot of people wonder about the pay. So for me, the pay is not great. It's not what I was expecting to get being an occupational therapist, that I have my master's in occupational therapy. I was expecting a lot more. I'm okay with the pay that I'm getting. And the only reason why I'm okay with the pay that I'm getting is because this is my first job out of school. So I knew from the jump that it wasn't going to be the greatest, to be honest, because most people say you don't have an experience, so we can pay you because we have to train you. Well, I wasn't even trained. I jumped into it and I knew what I was doing from the jump. I didn't know everything. Of course, I'm still learning, but I was okay doing that the first day of work. So if you are expecting to get a crazy amount of money, it may or may not happen. You may be lucky. You might get a first job there and they are willing to pay you a lot of money. But for me, I'm not getting a lot of pay because, like I said, it's my first job, and it's not horrible though, trust me. It's fine. It's just that you may not get a lot of pay because you're a new grad, and they think that you may not be effective because you're still learning. That's basically what it is. So just keep that in mind as well. But the pay is still better than, I think, someone who has a permanent job, if I'm not wrong. So basically this opportunity, I'm kind of taking this opportunity as a way for me to learn, a way for me to gain experience, and a lot less away from making money. Of course, I'm going to be making money, but that's not the main focus. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting experience and I'm getting my feet wet, and I like the fact that I'm doing that because I know a lot more now than I did when I first started 2 weeks ago. So every day is a learning experience for me. Another thing that I think is so important to remember when you want to start travel therapy is that you want to review all the things that you have learned about, depending on which setting that you're going into. Like for me, I reviewed a lot on transfers. I reviewed a lot on documentation, simple treatments that I can just go and know what to do. I reviewed a lot on my precautions and different assessments that I feel like would be useful for that particular setting. What else did I do? And I made a little folder. You can also make a binder. So the only reason why I didn't get a chance to make a binder was because I had a week to move from Jersey to Texas for my new assignment. So I didn't have a chance to do the binder that I wanted to make for my traveler binder because I had a week to start work. But I did have a folder, and it had like notes that I had from my level 2 field work, and those has been a blessing to me. So the number one advice, honestly, is that if, let's say that you want to work in a skilled nursing facility, make sure that you have at least one field work in that setting so that you don't feel so unprepared. Like for me, I felt a lot more prepared and a lot more ready to work in a skilled nursing facility because I had that experience from my level 2 clinical. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to work in a hospital or acute care or outpatient, make sure you gain that experience during your field work level 2 so that it's not so new to you. And it's really not a bad experience. Trust me, if you really want to start with a skilled nursing facility place, the productivity levels is crazy. Oh, one more thing. Make sure that you literally go through every single line in your contract and make sure that you understand every single sentence. Even if you feel like you get it, call your recruiter and be like, can you please go over every single sentence for me, because I really want to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying and that we are on the same page. Because I feel like I started noticing a lot of things after I signed my contract, or I started understanding a lot of things when I started working. So I think if I had done a lot more, don't get me wrong, my recruiter is really awesome. He's amazing. The company that I work for is really good from what I can know for now in my 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm gonna make another video after my 13-week travel assignment. I'm gonna make a second video to update you guys to see if anything changed, because a lot can change in 11 weeks. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that just so I can give you an update on how I'm feeling about it, if I still feel the same way that I'm feeling today. But so far it hasn't been terrible. I'm the only OTR in that building. There's not even a PT in that building, and so I had to do a lot of learning fast, and I was okay with that, like I said, because I learned by myself. I learned more effectively by myself anyway, so it worked out fine for me. But yeah, being that I'm the only OTR, I have to get used to so yeah, I wasn't used to asking people to do stuff, like telling people what to do, or basically telling them I need that thing done, can you do it now? Because I'm getting more and more comfortable with that, because I've just never done that, and I'm kind of not used to that, and it's kind of weird to me, but I'm guessing that I'll get used to it, hopefully, because I'm not a mean person. I think I'm a really lovely person, but you never know. Can you make sure you do that progress note so I can do that research, or stuff like that, conversations like that. But it's all about how you talk to people. You don't have to ever, I respect everybody. I don't care what your title is. I don't care if you ever went to school or not. I'm not that type of person. I have the same respect for everybody. If you ever find me not respecting someone, is definitely not because of their title. It's definitely because of that person's personality and how they are as a person, period. And if you have that kind of mindset and you just that type of person, then I think you'll be just fine as a new grad. So if you are honestly thinking about going into travel therapy as a new grad, I would say go for it. And you also need a really good friend and really good OT friends that you can ask questions, because I definitely ask people questions all the time. I have friends who are OTs that I ask questions to all the time, some that travel, some that don't. So they have been really, really helpful in this past 2 weeks, and I am really blessed to have them. Shout out to Allison, shout out to Danielle, shout out to Claudia. I love you guys, and I thank you guys so much for just helping me and assisting me on this journey so far, and I am really grateful. And yeah, so if you guys have any other questions, because I cannot tell you every single thing on this video. I'm gonna be making different videos. Like, I'm gonna make a separate video talking about productivity craziness with skilled nursing facility. I'm gonna talk about contracts. I'm gonna talk about just how to get housing and the free and other things that I'll be jotting down on this journey. So if you guys want to see any other videos specifically about travel therapy, just hit me up, send me an email, or leave a comment below. And I, like you guys know, I always respond to all my emails and all my messages and all of that. And also, if you guys have any idea of what other videos that you guys would like me to film, I will be filming every weekend. So leave your ideas below on what I should film, because I do have a very extensive opinion about a lot of different things. Okay, some are not appropriate for YouTube, so you may want to see me in person for me to tell you exactly how I feel about that. But everything so far has been a-okay. So let's hope and pray that the rest of my living weeks will be smooth. Okay, and thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for watching me. And if you have any questions, please contact me. Love ya. Thank you all. Bye bye.